Well, welcome back, everybody. Once again, as always, I appreciate you stopping by for another video and taking time to click on it and watch it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. So I'm out here early this morning, and it's going to be another hot one. I know everybody in the community and everybody that I watch, and from talking to everybody from coast to coast, north to south here in the mid-central United States, it's been hot. You just watched me load up the Kioti because we are going back to the oak honey hole. For those of you that are new here, I got some property that my neighbor owns, who is a big farmer, and they did some logging a couple years ago, and there is all kinds of oak tops down. And just soon after I got the new Kioti tractor this spring, I was over there salvaging those oak tops so they did not go to waste, and we are going back today for the remainder of some of the ones I've already had cut. His brother, the farmer's brother, is a turkey hunter, and he asked me if I would steer clear of that area for a while his brother did some turkey hunting. So that happened, and then it was rain after rain after rain, so we haven't had a chance. So today, Kioti's loaded up. I just got to get it strapped down, and you guys seen how I like to load it. The pallet forks on the front so I can lift the logs, put them in the trailer, but I always take my forks off because I don't like leaving anything sticking up over the front of the trailer. Everything's good and tucked down inside. That is a 7x14 Lamar, and the Kioti 2620 fits in there with room to spare. I'll give you a little look here at the back. Even with the ballast box, there's room to spare. So we got that loaded up. Bring you guys back. I'm not even sure how much I have left on the ground over there, but Evan is at work right now mowing greens on the golf course, and as soon as he gets home, we're heading to the farm. And as you might have seen here in the opening clips, the last video where I went to the farm and got all the maple and a little bit of hackberry, and there may be a stick or two of elm in there. I got it dumped, and yes, controversial, but I did stack it because we need this area, because I've got a good 3-day weekend here coming up. Matter of fact, if you're watching this, it's going to be after the 4th of July. So happy Independence Day, everybody. Hope you have a good one and a safe one. But yes, I stack wood still. And kind of controversial there on whether to handle it again. But I will tell you this. When I pull that 28 Pro X, which happens to be the demo splitter I have right now, when I pull it up next to that pile with that auto cycle, you're laying all these rounds in there that are that size and just hitting a lever, turn around, grab another piece. So it does take a little more time to stack it, but when you're splitting, you save the time back. And plus, I don't have a big area over here for staging, so I have to keep it cleaned up as I go. So, all right, enough yapping. We'll bring you back when we get over to the oak honey hole and see what we can come up with today for you. Stick around. Well, we made it over to the farm, and we are heading down the edge here in the farm road. And by the way, look what shirt Evan's wearing. He gets home from work and he's got the exact same shirt on. So we did not do this intentionally, but I guess great minds think alike. So Evan's here, but we were heading back the farm road, and it's always a good idea to bring chainsaws when you head anywhere on a farm, because we get here, the road is blocked. There is an oak, must have snapped off in the last rainstorm or high winds we had. So we stopped right where we're at. I'm gonna grab the chainsaw out real quick. Evan's gonna unload the tractor. I'm gonna buzz the ends of it off here real quick, and he's just gonna take the forks and push it out of the way, because our opening to go in where we need to go is right there. So we're just shy, and I'm not gonna run this farmer's beans over. That would not be a good thing. So might be a little bit more wood in this. It looks like a pin oak. I'll see what I got. I had no intentions on using a chainsaw today, but it's always good to have one with you. So all right, so we got the brush cut loose, moved all of the, Evan pushed all the brush back, but this grass area back here is just full of poison ivy. So we're gonna hook a strap onto this. Sorry about that, son. We're gonna pull it out and see if the mighty little 2620 will pull it loose. But if you guys know oak the way I do, it snapped right up there. They're pretty tough. So I'm not sure if it'll pull it down, but if it won't, we're just gonna cut it off up there where it lies and save those two little pieces and put them in the trailer, and then the rest of it I'll come back and get later. Well, the mighty little 2620 pulled it down. And like I said, if you guys know how tough oak is, sometimes you can't believe the breaking strength. So we're gonna get the rest of this buttoned up, get the brush out of the road, and then we're gonna go get our logs. Well, there you go. Right there is where it snapped off. But like I said before, it's always good to have a saw on the truck when you're going out and driving down roads that people aren't on every day. And this farm road here definitely is one to have a saw on. So Evan's piling the logs up down there. I'm going to bring the truck up. We're going to get them loaded up and then get down here. And that block of timber right down there, I still got some white oak down in there on the ground that I cut months ago. And I want to get it picked up. So here we go again. Now we're going to get started. Well, guys, as expected, it is smoldering already out here. What is it, like 9:30 in the morning, Evan?
It's probably about 87, 88. Already.
Yeah. Kioti, small but mighty, got the job done again, and we got a decent trailer load of logs there. I stayed down in the woods and was clearing paths, and that's what I ran into. Now, it's not completely full, but you know what? A little every day adds up. So I did have another tree, a big white oak in there a little bit further in, but man, what a difference a couple months in the spring woods. It did not look like that. I couldn't even find the logs. The foliage was so bad, but I think that's going to do it for this one. If you guys want to stick around to the end, instead of running this truck home, dumping it, and coming back and getting the tractor, it is so hot. Evan's just going to drive the tractor home. It's about 3 miles, not that far, in high range without anything on it. It'll make it there pretty quick. So that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to get in the AC in the truck and head on out. He's going to follow me home, but what a good thing we had a couple chainsaws with us, because the road on the way in was blocked and we would have been rather aggravated. So as I said before, when you're going to somewhere like this that is not a lot of traffic, you never know what you're going to run into. Always have a chainsaw with you, and I did every bit of this today with the 194T. And you guys know that I built this ballast box. I just stick it right down inside of the PVC pipe, and it rides along with us. Got all my straps, clevises, and choker cable in there, so it worked out. Guys, that's going to do it. Until next time, as always, get outside.
See ya.